And last time we spoke, we were going back and forth on where we thought 249 was going to be. We thought it was for sure going to be Khabib versus Tony.
We were wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong. Well, it made sense. And if you listen to Khabib's side, well, for those of you who don't know, Khabib put a Instagram post up at about 5 a.m. yesterday morning. He was in Russia. He originally had traveled to Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, which we had brought up because the UFC told him that 100% the fight was going to take place overseas, a 99% chance it's going to take place there, so he went there. Well, and then they were about to have a lockdown, he wouldn't be able to leave, so he went home to Russia. And so still thinking, okay, it's just going to be out of the country, I guess it's not going to be there, maybe it'll be in Russia, maybe it'll be someplace else. And then Russia got put on lockdown, and he can't get out of there. So he had gotten some news from the UFC that they were looking to move on with promoting the card with or without him, which would mean finding an opponent for Tony Ferguson. There seems to be a contract out there for one Justin Gaethje to have that fight. I do not know where it would be. I do not know if there would be a title involved. I hope not, because at some point, given Tony another interim, I don't think he'd be down for that. Usman says he's willing to fight Masvidal on that card. Woodley's saying he'll fight anybody on that card.
It's just garbage.
Oh, absolutely. Conor McGregor's coach is saying he might hop in and fight Tony or whoever just to get a little bit of that.
Diego Sanchez's coach said he'd fight too.
Oh my goodness. So, well, I would bet he does. But I want to get your take on 249 as it stands now. Obviously, very volatile. I know last week it was all about we did think it was going to happen, and just more question of where. I still think it has a chance to happen. Guess not what you think would be going to be happen, but if you couldn't have Khabib in that matchup, who would you rather see Tony face? Like, even like ball in the park, like eye in the sky thing. Like, would you rather see him fight Conor? Would you rather see him fight Justin Gaethje? Would you rather see him fight? I don't know. You pick. What sounds good to you?
I can't believe we're having to talk about this, dude. It's just how many times has this been where our heart's been broken? It's like I don't know if we're ever gonna see this fight actually go down, dude. I can't believe the stupid virus is literally what stopped us again from Khabib versus Tony Ferguson. But if we got to do it, I mean, Justin Gaethje versus Ferguson would be pretty fun to watch. Obviously, there'd be a lot of blood and a lot of violence, and so that could be interesting as well. Other than that, I don't know, man. I'm just disappointed, just like all the fans are. I thought it was happening for sure, no matter what, somewhere in Russia. I mean, I don't know why Ferguson wasn't already over there waiting. So it's kind of ridiculous. I guess Dana White didn't have any location at all because they didn't have any communication on the logistics.
Well, I get Dana's if the plan was like Dubai, like that area. You kind of understand where he probably talked to the typical people he talks with. They're like, "Oh no, we're fine, and those guys have decent amount of tentacles in the government, so they're probably saying, no, that we could for sure have it, no problem. And then just those few higher ups that actually can do something sealed it. So I don't know. At this point, since Khabib and Tony has fallen out, actually, I want to quick check something for you guys. I know part of the issue with them getting this going on right now was at some point Khabib will not be fighting because he does not fight or do training camps during Ramadan. And yeah, this year Ramadan is from April 23rd to May 23rd. But I mean, at some point, why not? Let's see, when would we get Memorial?
That's a good investigation on your part. So we're not going to have that for sure.
Well, that's why I wanted to quick. That would be way too close because you won't do training camp during it. We've been waiting long enough for this fight card. I mean, for this particular fight. At some point, just push it off till July. I mean, don't try to get another fight going, like in the interim. But even that, like, skip April. A lot of companies are pushing a lot of stuff to May at the earliest. But let's just say, to be safe, to end of May. Just try to get a card in either end of May or early June. Try to get that being a pay-per-view, and then have the big pay-per-view in July. Put Khabib and Tony on there, and the other big fights you want on there. International Fight Week, it used to be International Fight Week. The 4th of July card will actually feel like the 4th of July cards of old. You could have like 3 title fights on there. It could be a big deal. I know they want to make money, and I know Dana has like this thing in him to have to get it done, but I don't know, at this point, since the only reason I was okay with him trying to get this fight card going is because I wanted to see Khabib and Tony. The fact that it's not happening anymore, I'm more and more okay with them calling fights for a few more weeks or however long the governing bodies say we should. I don't know. What's your take on that? Since Khabib and Tony isn't happening, would you be okay with them just holding off and waiting on a fight card?
Yeah, I mean, this is a special situation where I don't think we should be messing around. We just need to wait. We're waiting for every other bout, so why not wait for basically the greatest bout of all time that we've been robbed of 4 or 5 times? So just wait. We'll rendezvous and get it going and over in July and over Fight Week Vegas.
If you like this clip, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you. Let's roll.